Hey, what's going on, YouTube? How are you? It's Dave here. Thanks for coming by Surviving New England. I have an emergency broadcast statement to make right now. I went hiking in New Hampshire over the weekend for the holiday weekend. I went up to Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. It was awesome. But my first day there, I had big plans on hiking all 3 days when I was up there. So my first day up there, I set out early in the morning. I was all geared up. I knew that mosquitoes were going to be vicious. I was forewarned by Big Brother Bob's wife, who was putting laundry out and was attacked viciously by mosquitoes. And she had said, Dave, I don't know, I don't know what's going on. Just all of a sudden they were coming up out of the ground, she said, just all over the joint. Anyways, so I was prepared when I was there. So I had plenty of bug spray. I had off, like deep woods off, sprayed all over my clothes, all over myself. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt. I had a head net. I had a nice little hat that I would wear so the head net doesn't cling to your face. To wear a wide brim hat, it kind of helps that head net fall away from your face. It's a little more comfortable. Regardless, right? Let me tell you something about the genetically altered, steroid-infused mosquitoes that are in New Hampshire. It was excruciating. So I've hiked in all kinds of weather, blizzards, driving, stinging rain. Sometimes the rain came straight up, as Forrest Gump would say, and I loved it. As long as you dressed correctly, you're okay. And I've hiked in heavy winds. That's something that is actually tricky when hiking, when it's really windy, because you need to have your head on a swivel just from falling limbs and stuff. And it can be scary, but if you pay attention, it can be enjoyable. At all conditions I've hiked in. The heat, I can't stand it with the humidity and stuff like that, hiking in that kind of weather. But you can stop, take frequent breaks, drink a lot of water, find shade. So there is you can combat that, so to speak, right? The heat. But I've never been in a situation where I was overcome by swarming, biting, bloodthirsty roving bands of mosquitoes that just had like a gang mentality, it seemed, and they were hungry and angry, and I spent the time swatting and just itching and swatting and swatting them. The only place I didn't get bit really was I didn't get bit on my legs. They didn't go through my pants, but shoulders, back. My hands got eaten alive. 30, 40 bites on my hands. It was really bad. So the point of this video is, for surviving in New England, you have to keep in mind the bugs, and which is something I really, honestly, never really gave much mind to it, because I select my own times to be out in the forest, or my own time of year to hike and camp and stuff like that. And when it's really nasty, buggy, like in Mayflies will drive you nuts here in New England. And late May and early April, it's crazy here in New England with the Mayflies. So I shouldn't have been caught off guard by the onslaught of these hybrid mosquitoes, right? So, anyways, survival tip in an apocalyptic future, or in end of days, end of times situation, or even just hiking and camping, or just a week without power, bug spray and some kind of repellent and netting. I found that's the only place I really didn't get bit by mosquitoes, was where the net was over my head and covering my neck. So I'm shocked that I didn't think of it Really. It was something for, as far as survival, that made me think if I had to be out in the woods in New Hampshire right now, this time of year, and I was overwhelmed by me and my family were overwhelmed, and we're out in the woods fishing, camping, or whatever, or surviving, the unpredictable type of attack of bugs like that is something I never gave thought to, which kind of opened my eyes to it. And so, I wanted to put that out there. I don't see many videos on prepping or survival videos that talk about mosquitoes or bugs or things of the like. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming by. And without a doubt, I'll see you on the next one.